Hello and welcome to We Live in a Society. This section will feature Chantle stories, where I will talk about stories that have happened to me as I've travelled the world, or my life in general. So today I'll be talking about a story relating to a stranger I will always remember, as well as a scary experience. So this story began on the 19th of July 2016. Actually, it really started a month earlier, on the 18th of June 2016 at Supernova in Sydney. So I was at Supernova and I'd had a ticket to meet and get a photo with Travis Fimmel, who plays Ragnar Lothbrok on the History Channel's The Viking series. And so at Supernova I purchased a Viking axe because I wanted to use it in the photo with Travis. So now fast forward a month later, I'd recently purchased a house, so I was kind of, I guess, unfamiliar with the area that I was in, and I had a wall that I dedicated to my weapons collection. So I had mounted the axe that I'd purchased at Supernova on the wall, along with my Game of Thrones swords and various other my other weapons collections on the wall. And I'm also a big online gamer. So I was that night. It was a rainy night, kind of warm for summer. So I had all the doors unlocked and the lights on in my house. It was about 10 p.m. and I was gaming with my friends online, unaware that I was being watched. And my lounge room, there's a paradise room built on to the side of my house. That wasn't locked again, but the lights were off in there. And then I have my yard and then bush. So I guess if you're in the bush, you can see into my yard, straight through the paradise room, into me in the lounge room, sitting there. So I'm playing, and then all of a sudden, I hear Jeffy screaming. So Jeffy is my pet quarian. Now, I'd brought him in. He's usually out in his cage in a paradise room. He likes to talk to the birds and get the sunlight. And so I bring him in overnight to roost and I cover him up. And so normally he only screams for reasons two. One, someone unfamiliar comes into the house, or the second reason is if there's like an insect or something in the bottom of his cage and it's rattling around making a noise. So Jeffy's screaming. So I say to my friends, oh, hold on, Jeffy's screaming, someone must be in the house, like jokingly. And as I got up to go check on him, just for some reason I grabbed the axe off the wall and I went out into the laundry where he was, and then I just, like, there was a man in the house, and I'm like, there's a man in the house. And at that point I dropped the Xbox controller, so the headset went flying off my head and disconnected. So my friends have no idea what's happened to me. They start coming through the TV, and I can hear them discussing, like, should we call the police, is she dead, what's happening? And then so I'm just standing there with the axe in my hand looking at this man. It must have only happened, been a couple of seconds, but it felt like forever. So at that point then, I've grabbed the axe with both hands and I've just gone for him. And he's just like, I guess he had this look of shock on his face. Like, I guess he didn't expect that I would fight back. And he just then took off. Like, he just ran out the back of the paradise room and then out onto the street. And so I chased after him and then locked the paradise door. I went back and locked my front door and all the other doors to the house, and then I grabbed the headset and I told my friends that I'm still alive, I'm okay. And then I called the police, and the police came and they took a statement and a description of him, and that was it. But I guess, that's a moment that a scary moment that happened to me, because I don't know why he was sneaking in. Either was he going to sneak past me into the bedrooms and try and rob me unawares while I was, online gaming and distracted, or was his purpose to mug me, murder me, rape me? I don't know what his purpose was. So that was a bit scary. Yeah. And also another example of a stranger that I'll always remember. It seems to be a common theme that strangers seem to want to kill me.